The 2022 NFL Draft has come to an end. There were several predictable picks, a couple of trades, and a few surprises. I'm Minty Bets, and joining me to break down his thoughts post-draft is Frank Schwab. Frank, let's get right into it. So who do you think were the winners of this year's NFL Draft? And give us a couple of future bets for these teams along the way.
Oh, absolutely. As I watch this draft, I'm always thinking about the bets, always thinking about futures. And there were four teams that really stood out to me. First of all, it's the Baltimore Ravens. I'm jumping on that bandwagon. Everybody loved their draft. Me too. I thought Kyle Hamilton, who fell to them at 14, the great safety, he could come in, have a huge rookie year. Kind of like Derwin James with the Chargers. They got Tyler Linderbaum, their starting center, probably from day one, later in the first round. They made a bunch of really good value picks. And let's not forget, Baltimore was considered a contender before injuries just ruined them. They just kept piling up. They're going to be healthier this year. Yeah, they did trade away Hollywood Brown, but I think they can replace him with Rashad Bateman. We forgot over the offseason how good the Baltimore Ravens are, and that's reflected in the odds. They're not the favorite to win the AFC North, but I'm going to be betting on them to win the AFC North. Ravens plus 210 to win the division, and hey, a little bit on them, 20-1 to win the Super Bowl. This Ravens team is a great stock to invest in. They're always good. John Harbaugh always has them ready, and I think 20-1 for them to win the Super Bowl, that's going to appreciate as time goes on. Another team I really liked was the Indianapolis Colts. Not necessarily due to what they did in the draft. I'll get to that in a second, but they did make some good picks. Receiver Alec Pierce, tight end Jelani Woods, offensive tackle Bernard Raymond, safety Nick Cross. These are all value picks. I was like, wow, great job by the Colts. But more than that, I like what happened elsewhere in the division. Look, Jacksonville got a little bit better for sure with those high picks. The Houston Texans, they made some picks, but those two teams are still struggling behind. It's basically the Colts and the Titans, and I think the Titans really weakened themselves by trading A.J. Brown. Aside from Derrick Henry, who are the playmakers on the offense? It really bothers me what Tennessee's offense is going to bring to the table. So in fading them, I'm going to go to the Indianapolis Colts plus 125 to win the division. I like what they did. I think Matt Ryan gives out a little bit of an upgrade at quarterback. Really like the Colts here to win that division. More of a fade of the Titans, and we'll get to the A.J. Brown trade in a little bit. But first, I want to talk about the Jets. Look, nobody likes the Jets. Jets screw everything up, right? But no, this draft, they were really good. They got perhaps the best cornerback in the draft in Sauce Gardner, the best receiver in the draft in Garrett Wilson, and the best running back in the draft in Breece Hall, and a really good pass rusher, Jermaine Johnson, late in the first round. Combine that with what they did last year, then they had a really, really deep draft, and I think the Jets could make a big step forward. I'm not getting crazy with them, although I do like them a little bit at 18-1 to win the division. That's a long shot, but what I really do like with them is over 5.5 wins. This Jets team might be pretty good. They have a really good young nucleus. Yes, the quarterback, Zach Wilson, he has to come along. He has to play better, but now he has weapons. He has help on the line. I think the Jets take a step forward this year. Tough division, but I think they can get over 5.5 wins. Not too high of a bar to climb there. And last but not least, maybe the team I like the most coming out of the draft is the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, they had a nice draft. Jordan Davis, really good defensive tackle. Nakobe Dean slipped because of health issues, but I think he could be a really good linebacker. But what this team did best was get A.J. Brown. Look, you just don't get a playmaker like that for your offense every day. I really like them being aggressive to go get A.J. Brown. They didn't give up much draft pick-wise. Yeah, they paid him a lot, $100 million, but Jalen Hurts going to be a lot better as a result of having A.J. Brown to throw to. They still have Devontae Smith from last year. The Philadelphia Eagles were a playoff team last year. We kind of forget that a little bit because they got blown out by the Buccaneers, but they played really well after early season struggles. Nick Sirianni really figured some things out. Now he's got a new offensive playmaker to work with. Jalen Hurts is going to be better as a result. The Dallas Cowboys are the class of that division. I don't worry about the Giants, the Commanders. It's basically the Eagles and the Cowboys. And what if there's some issues with the Cowboys? What if they have some injuries this year, don't really get it going without Amari Cooper? We don't know. So I'm going to be investing in the Eagles, not necessarily to win the division because I still do like the Cowboys a little bit more. But right now at BetMGM, the Eagles are even money to make the playoffs in a really weak NFC. I don't see a lot of wildcard contenders among the non-division favorites. I think the Eagles are going to get to the playoffs. Even money is going to look really, really good when you're holding that ticket by Thanksgiving, by Christmas. I think Eagles make the playoffs easily. Could even win the NFC East. And yeah, I'll be throwing a little bit on that. Plus 300 to win the division. 20-1 to win the NFC. Over 8.5 wins. The Eagles might end up being the team I invest with most in future bets this year.
All great picks, Frank. Thank you so much. Now to recap Frank's winners, we have the Baltimore Ravens, the Indianapolis Colts, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the New York Jets. Bet $10 and win $200 in free bets by signing up at betmgm.com/YahooVIP. New customers only, must be 21 and older, terms apply.